What if everything you've been taught about debt is wrong? What if avoiding debt isn't the smartest financial move, but learning to use it correctly is? The wealthiest people in the world don't fear debt. They leverage it. They don't rush to pay it off. They make it work for them. But most people don't understand this difference. Instead, they either fear all debt and miss opportunities or misuse debt and struggle financially. Imagine two people. Both earn the same salary, both take loans. One is constantly stressed, barely managing EMIs, always worried about money. The other, calm, confident, growing wealthier every year. Their investments pay for themselves. Their loans don't feel like a burden. They feel like a stepping stone to financial freedom. What's the difference? One person took bad debt, the other used good debt strategically. I'm Jiten Modi, your personal finance strategist. I've worked with hundreds of professionals, and I've seen the same pattern. People either fear all debt and stay stuck financially, or take on the wrong debt and struggle for years. But what if I told you there's a simple way to know if a loan will make you wealthy or trap you in financial stress? It comes down to two simple questions. Is this debt helping you buy something that generates cash flow? To even while repaying the loan, does this asset create positive cash flow every month? If the answer to both is yes, that's good debt. It makes you money. If either answer is no, that's bad debt. It drains your wealth. Most people assume that simply because they are borrowing for an asset, it must be good debt. But not all assets are created equal. Let's take an analogy. Imagine you are a farmer. You have two choices. Either take a loan to buy high-quality seeds that will grow into crops and provide you with more harvest year after year, or take a loan to buy an expensive tractor that you don't need just because it looks good on your farm. The first option ensures that your loan works for you, growing your income over time. The second option adds unnecessary cost without increasing your earnings. Debt works the same way. If you borrow to invest in something that grows in value and generates cash flow, your debt is working for you. But if you borrow to buy something that doesn't pay for itself, you are carrying an unnecessary financial burden. Let's break this down with a real-world example. Imagine you take a loan to invest in a mutual fund through a systematic investment plan, SEP. The expected return from your investments is higher than the loan interest rate. And over time, the investment itself grows enough to cover your EMIs and generate additional profit. That's good debt. It creates wealth without draining your cash flow. Now imagine another scenario. You take the same loan, but instead of investing in an asset that grows, you use it for an impulsive luxury expense, a high-end gadget, an expensive vacation, or unnecessary home upgrades. The money is spent, the value depreciates, and all you're left with is an EMI that eats into your monthly income. That's bad debt. It takes money out of your pocket without adding anything back. This simple concept separates the financially free from the financially trapped. Most people don't check this before taking a loan. They take loans for things that lose value, cars, vacations, gadgets, then struggle to keep up with repayments. They assume a home loan is always good debt. But if the EMI is higher than what you can comfortably afford, it limits your ability to invest and grow wealth. Let's look at another analogy. Imagine two people decide to start a business. One borrows money to build an online store, invest in digital marketing, and create a product that people are already looking for. Every month, the business generates profits, which cover the loan repayment. And over time, the business grows, increasing income and financial stability. The second person borrows the same amount but spends it on renting a fancy office, buying expensive office furniture, and getting a high-end company car. These things don't generate any revenue. So each month, they have to pull money from their savings to repay the loan. Eventually, the debt becomes overwhelming, and they are forced to shut down. This is exactly how people handle personal debt as well. Some borrow to create income streams, while others borrow to fund unnecessary expenses. The outcome is completely different. Rajesh, a client of mine, learned this lesson the hard way. He had multiple credit card EMIs, a car loan, and a personal loan, all taken without considering cash flow. Every month, he was paying nearly 50,000 rupees in EMIs. But none of those debts were working for him. His money was going towards liabilities, not assets. When he came to me, we restructured his finances. He cleared his high-interest loans first and started channeling money into a well-structured side plan. He borrowed strategically, not to buy depreciating assets, but to invest in instruments that outpaced his loan interest rate. Within 2 years, his investments had grown significantly, and instead of struggling with EMIs, he was now earning passive returns from his investments. The money that once went towards repaying bad debt was now compounding and building wealth for him. This is the power of understanding debt. The difference between wealth and financial struggle isn't about how much debt you have. It's about whether your debt is working for you or against you. Some people think being debt-free is the ultimate goal. But let me ask you this. Would you rather A. have zero debt but also zero wealth-building assets? B. have debt that generates positive cash flow and builds long-term wealth? Wealthy people don't aim to be debt-free. They aim to be financially free. And financial freedom isn't about eliminating debt. It's about making sure debt is always working in your favor. If you continue treating all debt as bad, you will 1. Miss out on wealth-building opportunities. 2. Struggle to grow your investments. 3. Spend years paying off loans that don't benefit you. And if you take debt without understanding how it affects your cash flow, you will 1. Feel financially trapped. 2. Work just to pay EMIs instead of building wealth. 3. Stay stuck in a cycle of borrowing and repaying without progress. The key is using debt strategically. Once you understand these two simple questions, you'll never fear debt again. Instead, you'll know exactly which loans to take, which to avoid, and how to use borrowed money to multiply your wealth. If you're serious about mastering this and making smarter financial decisions, I invite you to join my exclusive WhatsApp community. Inside, I share real-time financial insights, strategies for leveraging debt, and personalized guidance to help you make money work for you. Your number stays completely private, and you'll get access to exclusive tips that I don't share anywhere else. Click the link in the description to join now. Let's take control